back to the Right Corner YouTube channel. On October 27th, the court dismissed Job Sikhala's discharge application, which was filed at the close of the prosecution's case. This is an important development in the ongoing trial, which has seen Job Sikhala accused of inciting public violence. Job Sikhala's health is reported to be deteriorating while he is incarcerated, and there is growing concern about his well-being. The trial is said to continue on November 20, when the defense is expected to present its case. In the meantime, concerns about Job Sikhala'S health and well-being are mounting as he remains in custody. It remains to be seen how the trial will unfold and what the outcome will be. Job Sikhala'S application for release was denied once again on 27 October, this Friday, which means he will remain in Chikurupi maximum security prison. The trial will resume on November 20. Job Sikhala, a member of the opposition group Citizens Coalition for Change and a former member of parliament, has been in prison since June 2022 for allegedly inciting public violence. He is being represented by Jeremiah Bam and Harrison Komo from the Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights. In some contexts, Job Sikhala, who has been in prison for over a year, was arrested on 14 June 2022 by ZRP officers. He was charged with incitement to commit public violence as defined in Section 187A of the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act. According to prosecutors, Job Sikhala allegedly recorded and shared a video in which he encouraged people to engage in acts of public violence as a response to the death of Mo Blessing Ali, who had been missing for 3 weeks before being found murdered and mutilated on 11 June 2022 in the Nyatsime area of Beatrice. The prosecution claims that Sikhala provided vehicles that transported supporters of the CCC party from Chitungwiza and Epworth to Nyatsime. It is alleged that these supporters then attacked ZANU-PF party supporters, damaged shops and beer halls, looted groceries and electrical gadgets, and even set fire to a one-roomed house owned by George Muramba-China, the ZANU-PF party councillor for Nyatsime. Sikhala says he did not commit the alleged crimes and denies the charges brought against him. He believes that he is being treated as a political prisoner because he has spoken out against the authoritarian rule of the ruling ZANU-PF party. Despite his pleas, he has been denied bail multiple times, meaning he has been unable to secure his release from prison. Responding to the continued detention of Job Sikhala, who has spent 500 days in pre-trial detention, Khanyo Farise, Amnesty International Deputy Director for East and Southern Africa, said Job Sikhala's prolonged detention while he awaits trial is a gross miscarriage of justice and an indictment of Zimbabwe's judicial system. It exemplifies how authorities are abusing the courts to silence opposition leaders, human rights defenders, activists, journalists, and other critical dissenting voices. Job Sikhala's prolonged detention while he awaits trial is a gross miscarriage of justice and an indictment of Zimbabwe's judicial system. He called on the authorities to stop using the law to target opposition figures and ordinary citizens, emphasizing that activists and human rights defenders should not be harassed or intimidated through the courts. Everyone should have the freedom to express themselves without fear of retaliation. The state claims to have strong evidence that proves Sikhala is guilty of the crime he is accused of. They argue against granting him bail because they believe he has a history of not obeying his bail conditions in the past. The state thinks that if he is granted bail again, there is a high chance that he will break the conditions once more. This was from other media reports. The Citizens Coalition for Change posted on their X account that 500 days Honorable Job Sikhala's appeal for the discharge has been postponed to the 20th of November 2023. Despite being innocent, he has endured an unprecedented 500 days in pre-trial detention. Honorable Sikhala'S plight is a clear example of the persecution faced by political prisoners for simply expressing their political views. His prolonged imprisonment casts a dark shadow over democracy in Zimbabwe. The Harare regime persistently targets our members following their loss in the recent unjust and undemocratic elections. We demand justice for our change champions and all political prisoners who are subjected to regime's brutal and inhuman treatment. Hashtag Free Job Sikhala. The Bulawayo Mayor David Coulthard also wrote that Job Sikhala has been unjustly detained for 500 days today. Let that sink in. 500 days in disgusting cells in solitary confinement. He hasn't murdered or stolen anything from anybody. His crime is that he is outspoken against a brutal mafia. He must be released from detention. Citizens Coalition for Change also noted that the change champion, Honorable Job Sikhala, will be appearing before the Remedies Court this morning. This was before he was added days on. Dr. Walter Muzambi, former tourism minister, posted that the people have to hate someone to death for an entire judicial system to conspire to keep a man inside a maximum prison. Quoted, you really have to hate someone to death for an entire judicial system to conspire to keep a man inside a maximum prison without trial or bail in conditions reminiscent of Hitler's concentration camps. 500 days of gross injustice on Job Sikhala. Free him now. Promising Kwananzi also said release Job Sikhala is no longer tenable. Afford him justice, respect the people of Zimbabwe, uphold the law, promote justice and protect the constitution and abide by the rule of law. These are the people who are posting solidarity messages to Honorable Job Sikhala, whose a discharge application have been dismissed and subsequently postponed to 20 November at 11:15 a.m. by Magistrate Committee. And this is evident and proof of how the regime in Harare abuses state institutions and their office bearers to punish and persecute individuals who hold differing political views. And this is according to the Citizens Coalition for Change on their X account. Thank you for watching the Right Corner YouTube channel. To comment and we see what you think about all this, what is happening in the political landscape, what does this mean in the political landscape of Zimbabwe. Thank you for watching.